Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We are back in camp, which means we've got a ton of people we need to speak to and find out just what they think about us being, well, in the abyss. I hope they're all happy with it, because if they're not, well, they're kind of a bit screwed, aren't they? So, let's start by leveling them up. So, first of all, we have Greyborn. Now, we don't just get a level up, we get a mythic level up on top of it, and we can look at equipment. You know what, let's look at equipment first. That's probably a better way to start, because then if we have like something that's just amazing on them, we can push them more to making that particular weapon better. So, let's see. You're probably not going to use the glaive, because it's two-handed. Scimitar, one-handed. Okay, so that does an absolute ton of damage. Like, that is an insane amount of damage that this does. This is our main weapons, right? Yeah, okay. It deals an additional 3d6 fire damage. On a critical hit, it creates sparks that stick to allies' weapons, granting them flaming enchantment for 1d3 rounds, as well as granting the wielder and all allies fire resistance 20 for the same duration. That's pretty good. I think that this is probably the best one that we have out of these three weapons. Now, the question is, what's our best secondary weapon? It's probably this one, Sunstroke, at least in pure damage. Is that the same case if we go out to the next level? This one's also finesse wielding as well, which we're not actually too happy with, I think. Wait, does it use your dex in here? No, it still uses strength. I guess it's only finesse wielding if you want it to be finesse wielding. Okay, it confirms the Cone of Cold, which is kind of awkward. Yeah, I mean, apart from it being adamantine, there's no real reason to have it, right? Over having the Sunstroke one. Yeah, so let's put Rupturing Storm in our main hand. Do it in the right spot. There we go, so it's 17 to 37 damage. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. A lot of it fire damage, which is also nice. And it has an extra effect. That is a huge upgrade for him. That's great. Okay. Let's look at some other stuff. So, one-handed speed corrosive short spear. Well, it's less damage. It is speed, which I think just gives you... Does that give you haste for the weapon, right? Make one extra attack with the weapon. Yeah, okay. So not with both weapons. I don't think it's worth replacing Sunstroke for that. What's the next one? The Blitz. One-handed battle axe. Okay, so same damage, except it's fire, so that's even more fire damage. When it confirms a critical hit, the resulting sparks have a chance to ignite enemies around with sacred fire. All enemies within a 10 feet range must pass a reflex saving throw or suffer 1d6 holy damage. Okay, so it's the same difficulty throw, except that it would be doing it's doing holy damage instead of becoming sickened, and it's reflex instead of fortitude. I think we should keep it with the Sunstroke. I like having a mixture with our damage types. I think that makes more sense to me, to have like some positive damage and then some fire damage. I know this one can do holy damage as well, but it only does holy damage if you get the crit. While Sunstroke is on hit, which is actually probably more useful. And it's not like it's not limited by, you know, a 24-hour thing like some of the on hits are. This is just a on hit, it will do that much damage, or it'll force them to do a roll. That's what I'm meaning. It does its effect on the hit, which I think is useful. Right, what else do we have here? You don't use a shield. How about this? Light armor. It gives you more dex, but we don't need more dex, and it gives you stealth, and we don't need stealth. Okay, cool. Alright, don't need those. Gore attack. Yeah, you can have the gore attack. You don't really need a wisdom helmet. You also look very funny with it. Menace of Death. Whenever someone within a 10 feet radius from the wearer of this amulet of natural armor plus 3... whenever someone dies, the wearer gets the effect of the haste spell for 2d3 rounds. It's renewed whenever somebody dies. After the effect wears off, the wearer cannot make any weapon or unarmed attacks for 1d3 rounds. I don't know, I think I might just put that in our box. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, and is that it for you? That's it for you, right. Continue down the list. Now, your only option is this one, the no the gnome hooked hammer. We'll get there eventually. So this is not axiomatic. It is a higher enchantment. It's cold iron instead. Whenever they have a lawful alignment, the first hit during a round they land on a creature of any chaotic alignment deals an additional 1d6 holy damage. Okay. Or, whenever this lands a hit on an enemy, the target must pass a fortitude saving throw or become stunned for 1 round. Now that's every time it lands a hit, they have to take the saving throw. That could be crazy good. He attacks like 6 times in a turn. That's great. And if they're stunned, they then take more damage. And it does more damage. Yeah, okay. I think we'll go with that one then. Now, axiomatic is good because it does extra damage against chaotic ones. Yeah, 2d6 extra points of damage against chaotic. Well, that probably means it's going to do more because everything we fight is chaotic. But it doesn't have the stun. The stun is pretty good. I don't know. I guess we can keep it. And then if it turns out to be terrible, it's whatever. Also, nobody can use this one so far. I guess because it's exotic, nobody can use it. I thought somebody already had I thought somebody had an exotic one. Oh, but only for the gnome hammer. I see. Only for gnome weapons. Okay. Oh, wait. We're not done here yet. Do we want him to have the full plate of spell nullify? Well, it would allow him a higher dex bonus. Not that that matters, because I think he's getting like his max dex bonus anyway. Pretty much. He's almost getting his max dex bonus. He's getting +5. This would allow him an extra... Okay, so this would give him more armor class. I mean, we can just chest it. He should be on like 33? 34. Okay. So it gives him 3 armor class. Is mithril instead of adamantine, so he doesn't get the... Was it 3 damage reduction? Let's have a look. That is 3 damage reduction. Yeah, so he doesn't get that. That's fine. And on this one, with mithril, he gets it so that it counts as if it's a lower type of armor for movement and other limitations. Yeah, okay. That's fine, and it gives him the extra dex bonus. So this is probably better. It also gives him spell nullify. Yeah, I can't really see an argument for his adamantine full plate being the thing that we go with here. It does mean that he looks a little bit different, but it almost suits him. There you go. And he gets an extra armor class. And then we can have a look here and you can see that he's getting his full dex bonus now of +7, which is pretty nice. Does that also affect his touch, or does his... No, his touch would have already been just his dex modifier, although it's weird it doesn't give you the breakdown for touched or flat-footed. I guess it assumes that you can work it out from armor class. Okay, that's fine. The rest of what we got here isn't really for him. I guess we could give him the amulet because it is a +3. There you go. You can have Menace of Death. Wait, does that actually appear on his model? No, I thought I saw something change here, but I think that it's just a tiny little texture changes, and it just happened at the right time. Anyway, that's fine. Soasil. This does more damage. Okay. So he would lose 2 uses of Lay on Hand. He doesn't have Lay on Hands, so it would just be his Channel Energy class ability. But this is more damage. Whenever this +3 Thundering Glaive confirms a critical hit, all creatures in a 15 feet radius must pass a Fortitude saving throw or suffer 2d8 +4 sonic damage and become prone for 1 round. Now it's all creatures, not all enemies, which means that we don't want to use this weapon because it's going to backfire. Okay, cool. Is this also... No, it's a short spear. Okay. In which case we're done with him. Yeah, oh wait, no, we can give him the Amulet of Natural Armor, even though we're probably never going to run into a situation where we need that, but that's fine. Still using Amulet of Mighty Fists. Right, you. Gloves. Whenever you use a enchantment spell, the DC is 2 levels higher. Whenever you affect an enemy with a spell for the first time, the enemy suffers a -2 penalty on will for 3 rounds. Sounds good for you. Cool. Anything else? No. Okay. Next up, Wooljeff. Okay. So, let's see here. We could potentially give him Crushing Cold. This is a finesse-wielding weapon, so that would be good for him. Yeah. He wouldn't make his 2 extra attacks here, which is why that one's good. But he could do the Cone of Cold hit, which is also potentially good. Yeah, let's see. So this does 3 hits with plus 20 and 1 hit with plus 15. Replacing it does 1 plus 21, 1 plus 16. So it's 12 to 22 damage versus 10 to 13. So 12 to 22 times by 2, that's 24 to 44 versus, yeah, so it's 24 to 44 versus 40 to 52. Okay, I mean, in theory, this does more damage then. Yeah. Now, is it better than our main hand weapon? Potentially. You could say it's potentially better. The problem is, comparing it to our main hand weapon, is that it bypasses any type of damage reduction, which kind of gives it an advantage. Even though, like, even if we're going even on damage, this one's going to come out ahead a lot of the time because, well, you know, it ignores all damage reduction. That's fine. Short spear. We would get the extra attack on the short spear one. Alright, let's have a look. So that's 20, 20, 20, 15 versus 13, 13, 8. Oh, so we don't get our dex bonus added to that one? Yeah, okay, so we'll stick with that then. And then the Blitz as well, we wouldn't get our dex bonus added to, right? Yeah. Okay. Switch back to this. Cool. So that all seems fine. We'll just keep him as he is. Anything else for him? He still has the 2-handed short bow, which I for some reason thought worked off of dex at one point, and it kind of does, but the damage doesn't. Yeah, which is fine, but like he probably doesn't. He's never going to use it. That's fine. Okay, so that's all fine. He can't wear any of the armor. Right, Lan. It says Lan can wear the armor. But Lan can't wear armor. Oh, he can wear it because he's a ranger, but he can't wear it because he loses something else, right? Does he actually lose armor class from wearing the armor? Yes, that's it. Okay, that's fine. I was trying to move these things around sensibly, but then didn't. Well, that's fine then. Lan's done. There's nothing we need to worry about with Lan. Yep. Nothing we need to worry about. We can put his Midnight Bolt back in the pile. And his Sonic Quiver back in the pile. But other than that, he's kind of sorted. We could probably get rid of his Dex belt. He doesn't actually need a Dex belt. Well, I suppose sometimes we don't have a buff to Dex, so he could have it, but like, it's not really that useful. What's this thing he's got here? Whenever an ally lands an attack of opportunity, the wearer makes a free attack against the same target. Oh, okay, that's fine. The rest of it doesn't really apply to him. Camellia! Right. So, she's currently using the Buckler of Ray Negation, which gives her a +5 bonus to AC against ranged touch attacks. We can give her the Shield of Magical Retribution, which gives damage back when something tries to touch attack her. That could be good. Her current Buckler is fine, though. They're both anti-touch attacks, that's the thing. So you're losing 1 armor, but you do 2d6 back. Yeah, I think we're fine. In terms of light armor, same dex, lowered armor class by 2, but you gain a competency bonus on stealth skill checks. In addition, whenever the wearer loses invisibility, they become blurred. That has some potential uses. That's potentially good. Yeah, we'd have to make sure that we actually make her invisible occasionally, but that's not impossible. And the +10 to our stealth skill would be really nice. What's her stealth right now? 25, yeah, so that would make it, like, very good. Yeah, I think we do it. Also looks a little bit nicer, which is always a positive. You, We want you to have as much dex as possible, which is why you're using the padded armor of refined movement. Yep. Okay, cool. Nanio, we already know is sorted. Oh, wait. Weapons? Yeah, she's fine. Just thought I'd check anyway. Nanio is fine. You're fine. We don't have anything else that we're actually using here, do we? No. Darren's fine. Wendwog is fine. And Sela is fine. Cool. Right, so we've handed out our weapons. We still don't have a shop here, but we can go and drop things off back at the tavern. Right. Now we can level up, actually knowing what kind of weapons they're going to be using. That is a very cool sword that he's got there. It does a lot of damage. Right. Greybor first. So, another point in Slayer? Sure. He gets more sneak attack, he gets more studied target. That seems fine. We're then going to just give him these. That's, again, just standard stuff. And a feat. Now, improved critical is a problem because we would need to choose a certain weapon. You'd have to choose a weapon type, and that means it kind of... It forces him to be that weapon type in the future, which might be a problem. We give him proficiency with heavy armor. Let me have a look here. There's no real reason why he needs to have... Yeah, he doesn't really need to have medium armor. I mean, he gets a bonus because he's got 3 dex, but like we could give him this armor. Give you this armor back. Give him that armor. Yeah, I could see that could work. Yeah, I don't know. Why don't we give him heavy armor? That'll also keep him alive. There's no real reason not to. I mean, he would take the armor penalty to his athletics and mobility, which I guess is a problem, but it's not a huge problem. Nah, you know what? I'm giving it back to Reg. I was thinking I also don't really want that many people using heavy armor, because we don't get that much good heavy armor. So, you might as well use an armor type that's more, it's more available. Right, what else has he got then? If he doesn't take one of those two, get him bonus on knowledge and lower skill checks? No. How about blind fight? Whenever you miss because of concealment, you can reroll your mischance percentile roll 1 time to see if you actually hit. And an invisible attacker gets no bonuses. That's good. Another one that could be good is cleave, combat reflexes. Again, there's a lot here that could be good for him. Also, I think, do we have 2 levels? We might just have 1 level. Give him 1 AC naturally, which would be nice. Anything else that's really good for him? I don't think so. No. But Vital Strike could be good as well for the extra damage. Oh wait, that's a single attack. I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of Power Attack, which he probably already has because it's not there. Yeah, let's give him Blind Fight. I think that's going to become more of a problem going forward. That seems good. We only have 1 level. That's fine. Right. Level him up. Mythic. So what did he choose as previous mythics? 2 weapon fighting, power attack, defensive study, so it gives you a defensive bonus, and then thundering blows. Okay. So, what does he need to do? Well, we give him last stand, he survives longer. I'm always a fan of that on melees in particular. It's not really a raging character. He's not that one. Whenever you make an attack of opportunity, we just chose not to take a bonus with attack of opportunity, so that's fine. Can we damage an ally? No. You can make your way to a companion in danger. I just don't see that working. Whenever a spellcaster hits you, you can jump to them. That could be fun. But I don't think that that's really going to work. Let's see. You lose your dexterity bonus, count the staggered, and everyone gets a morale bonus equal to +1 per 3 mythic ranks. Probably not your path, I would imagine. I don't know. Like, there's not really that many good ones. I think it's Last Stand or it's well, there's not really a lot of options. maybe bigger they are or something, or unrelenting assault. I'm just going to give him last stand. It's the one I want to give him, so I might as well just do it. Okay, cool. Regil. Level up time. Now, this is his final rank of Hell Knight, so he becomes Hell's Knight. At 10th level, a Hell Knight can grant a weapon he wields one of the following special abilities. Axiomatic. Oh, there you have it. So, the fact he had an axiomatic weapon, we could just grant him his new weapon, axiomatic, and we're back to where we were. They become immune to fire while wearing armor. What's Flaming Burst? It doesn't tell you. It also doesn't tell you what Unholy is, but I assume that they're all standard things. Flaming Burst, I think, is 1d6, is it? And Unholy is Unholy damage? Cool. Well, we'll go with Hell Knight. And then give him Persuasion and Perception. Feat. Piranha Strike is good. -1 on melee attacks and a +2 on damage rolls, which goes up and down the higher level you are. We can probably get an upgrade for that as a mythic thing next. Well, not the next mythic one, but like the one after. Well, what would that be? Yeah, the one after we could get him one with that. That doesn't sound too bad. Get him improved critical with his gnome hooked hammer. That'd be nice. Yeah, I suppose he sticks with one weapon. Why not? Just give him that. Seems good to me. Doesn't tell us what these do, but that's fine. Cool. That all seems good to me. Next up, Mythic. So, you get Abundant Smite Chaos. Probably not needed. What's he have? He has Last Stand, 2-weapon fighting, Weapon Finesse, Mythic, and Thundering Blows. Was any means necessary? Ooh, you need to be a certain level of Hell Knight for this one. They're treated as good line for the purposes of overcoming damage reduction. That's really good. However, because we've decided to keep the Medallion of Iomedae or whatever it's called, that actually doesn't matter because we already have that. But it'd be really good if we didn't have that. But we do, so that's fine. We already have Thundering Blows. Yeah, now it's interesting. Now it's like, ooh, what do we go for? He doesn't really use any kind of element. We can make it so he doesn't roll ones, or ones are re-rolled, I guess. That's kind of nice. That's probably more useful than it sounds. You know what? Let's take Always a Chance. Your attacks are less affected by luck. You don't automatically miss when you roll a 1 on an attack roll. That sounds like that's more useful than it. Like, that means every 1 in 20 attacks, you get to re-roll for a better roll. That's given, like, let's say you attack like 6 times in a turn. That could probably, like, that's every what? 4? Every 3 or 4 turns, you get a free re-roll on one of your attacks. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's go with that. Cool. So he's set here. That's fine. Next up, Soasil. So, Cleric. Seems good to me. Gets 8th level spells. Perfect. New feats. He can get improved critical with his weapon. I mean, he does stick with the same weapon, doesn't he? And a glaive already has good critical, right? Yeah. Well, it does 3 times critical, which I think is better than normal, right? Yeah, so it's better critical damage than normal, so if we increase his critical range, then that's great. That seems good for him. And he does, you know, use a glaive, so that makes sense. Yeah, let's give him improved critical with his glaive. That seems good. Now, actually, he is a target where we could potentially be like, take heavy armor proficiency? Does he actually have any dexterity? Also, does he have good armor? He has trash armor? Okay. He has no dex? Okay, sure. That seems actually better. Yeah. That would make him a lot more usable. And it differentiates him from Darren even more. It's like, you're bringing him along, he's gonna be tanky. That sounds cool. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason why a cleric wouldn't wear heavy armor. That sounds like a cleric thing. Ooh, that looks good. That's not good for him, but when Darren gets it, ho ho, fantastic. Right. We also need to do his spells at some point, but that's fine. Oh, before I forget, you still can't use this. Why not? Wait, what?
Maybe later.
What? Why can you not use? Wait, can he not use heavy armor? Have I just taken a bad thing? When was my last save? Armor proficiency, heavy armor. It seems like he should be able to use heavy armor to me. Are you not able to use heavy armor? Yeah. I'm just seeing if he's got anything else that sounds like he won't use heavy armor. I don't see anything that's obvious. If I go to class, has he got anything? Like, hey, this background will never use heavy armor. You're stupid for choosing it. No? Not as far as I can tell. So why can he not use... You know what? Let's try something. He can't use it because for some reason this can only be used. Oh, does this adamantine armor have extra like wearing things on it? No? I was like, maybe it can only be used by like alignments. Maybe it does have that in the background. Maybe it's just because it's Regel's armor, it's too small. Maybe that's the logic. Anyway, you can now wear this very shiny new armor of spell nullification. Hey, here's your old armor back, Regil. It's what you wanted in the first place, isn't it? Right, that seems fine. We now have this light armor to spare. The reason it's on him is because nobody else wants it, so, I mean, we're not going to worry about it, but that's fine. Right. Abundant spells is always good. That seems like that might be a good thing for him. Boundless healing is pretty good. Battle meditation might actually be okay here. Especially as he has no dex. So, yeah, that could end up being good. I think we have to take abundant casting. I mean, he is a cleric. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, that does kind of make sense. I'm intrigued by battle meditation. I just don't know if it's very good. So it's, what is it again? Let me go back into that. So it's morale bonus equal to attack and damage rolls, saving throws, 1 plus 1 per 3 mythic ranks. So you'd get 1 at, let's say, first rank, plus 3 mythic ranks. So you get a plus 2 to all of your rolls. But you're taking somebody out of combat. I don't know. The other option is that we go something like Thundering Blows. So we continue doing damage to enemies, which gives them 2d6 plus 1 per 2 mythic ranks. So that's 4d6 sonic damage if he misses in an AoE. You know, I'm going to give him Thundering Blows. I talked myself into it. Right. Ember. Hello there. Been a while. We'll give her the next level of Witch. Gives her a new feat. Seems good to me. Gets these 4 plus Knowledge Arcana. Yeah. Are we leveling Knowledge Arcana slowly, or did she get an extra +1 this rank that she doesn't always get? I mean, it's fine because we want to give her that so that she gets, so that she can write arcane spells, right? Is that right? Yeah. So that could be good, but still, it's weird. Yeah, we're definitely not giving her an improvement to her snapshot, or like to her crossbow. That's really just not why we use her. We could do like allied spellcaster stuff, and then give that to someone else, but that does mean we're gonna have multiple spellcasters at the back. That seems like this would be much more useful, and we'd probably use a lot less outflanks. If our main character was a mage, that would probably be something we'd end up using a lot more. Defensive combat, discerning eye, elven immunities. It increases the DC of enchantment spells you cast by 1. I mean, that's not bad, especially as we just got her an extra +2. We could take that and then try and get some more enchantment spells with our next spell level ups and see whether that helps us. Yeah, you know what? Let's take it. Let's see how this goes. Maybe there aren't any enchantment spells, but like things like Dominate Person roll off of that. So that's not bad. Yeah, and Mind Fog. Yeah, Hold Monster, Feeble-Minded. Does she have to, she has to pick spells, doesn't she? Or is she no, she might be, no, I think she's spontaneous. So, yeah, giving her a whole bunch of interesting stuff like this could be good. That seems really good if it works. Yeah, let's go for Feeble-Minded. Yes. And it actually has no like block on it. Like it's not got a max hit dice or anything. Yeah, that seems good. Right, this level, what do we currently have at level 6? Chain Lightning, Hellfire Ray, Stone to Flesh. Okay, we're very straightforward on her so far. Heroism Greater, that'd be nice. I don't know whether she has greater enduring spells. I assume that she doesn't, because she doesn't have that many buffs, but that could be a good one to have with that. All living creatures within 5 feet of you have to do a successful will save each round of fall asleep. Now, probably not something we're going for. Just because they have to be close to her. I think Heroism Greater could be good. 1d4 points of damage per caster level. Plus, it makes them do a will save or become panicked. It's okay. Anything else? Phantasmal Putrefaction, not really for this particular character. Plague Storm. Creatures in the area must make a fortitude save or contract one of the following diseases. Could be alright. We make you a fighting machine. Not really what we're going for. I think I might take Heroism Greater. She already has damage spells here, so that gives her something else. And then 7th level spells, she has Hellfire Ray. Oh, I just realized she has Hellfire Ray at 6th level and Hellfire Ray at 7th level. Okay, that's cool. She already has 2 enchantment spells at this level, which is great. Old Person Mass could be nice. Anything else? Chain Light. Wait, does she not already have Chain Lightning at 6th level? Oh, she does, but that's because she's wearing gloves. Yes, that's because she's wearing the gloves that give her Chain Lightning. We give her Chain Lightning at 7th level as well, so she can use a 7th level to do it. Just to add more confusion. Power Word Blind. So, any creature that currently has 201 or more hit points is unaffected. Yeah, no. That's fine. Primal Regression. Sequesters the target's ability for higher reasoning, allowing their darker impulses to come to the fore. So this is Feeble-Minded but AoE by the looks of it. Yeah, but it does also give them a bonus to strength, natural armor, and gives them temporary hit points. And then they get drained damages as well afterwards. Or drained ability damage. I'm going to take Hold Person Mass. There we go. She's spontaneous. Let me just double check. She is spontaneous. Yeah, so we can just use things when we have points for them. That's fine. Abundant Casting Pranked. Improved Abundant Casting. Spell Penetration Mythic. Okay. So we either want like greater improved Abundant Casting, or we want to get her going down the Enduring Spells route. I think. Yeah, so we can give her 7th, 8th, and 9th level spells. She actually currently can't cast those spells despite knowing them, I believe. And she knows them because of the bracers, right? Yes, okay, but that would then give her access to 8th level spells of Storm Bolts before she should have 8th level spells. That's pretty nice. That's 15 D8 and a stun for 1 round. I mean, they have to do they can fortitude save for a partial amount, and it's only enemies. Okay, I think I might give her extra higher level spell casting. Sure. And her having like spontaneous casting, this actually works really, really well for her in particular, because we can just be like, hey, you've got all these spells, here's all of our options in combat. Cool. Right. Woljif. So, Woljif. What were we doing with you? No, we weren't making you a rogue. We're making you an Eldritch Knight. That was it. Yes. So he gets his 4th level bonus combat feat on top of... Oh no, sorry. 5th level bonus combat feat on top of also getting a feat. That seems... Yeah, that seems like what we're after. Let's go for that. Get those ones in there. Feat. So this is his feat, not his bonus combat feat. Can I just choose one and then be like, I'm going forward and then come back? Yeah, so greater 2-weapon fighting seems probably the way we want to go for him. Just now. So that would give him 5 attacks with that dagger. Yeah, let's go with that. Then I'm going to go back to this one. So I think that that's a good one for him to have. Can I break it? Wait, what? Did I just... Wait a second. It just said acquired ability. Did he actually acquire it, or did I just break it? I think I just broke it. Okay, don't do that, because the game doesn't like it. That's lesson number 1. Whatever I did, don't do it, because the game doesn't like it. Hammer the Gap is also okay. When you make a full attack, you deal damage equal to number of previous consecutive hits, which could be up to 9. I mean, it's not amazing, but it would... To be fair, that is... Yeah, so that would be like... That's stacking. So that's 1 on the first hit, 2 on the second hit, 3 on the third hit, 4 on the 5th hit. Wait, I think I skipped a number there, but you get the idea. So that could end up being okay, I suppose. Blind Fight is also great for him. Does he have Spell Penetration? He does. He has both of them. He got them in the previous 2 levels. Wonderful. Piranha Strike could be good as well. Bonus damage off of Dex as well. I'm going to get him... I think I'm going to get him Hammer the Gap and Greater 2-Weapon Fighting, to be honest. I don't really think Hammer the Gap is that good, but I think it's going to just give him a little bit of an edge. Okay, so what spells are these? 5th level? Okay. So he has a weird collection of 5th level spells so far. We're looking for like ranged touch attacks, aren't we? Or melee touch attacks are what we're looking for in him. Just going down to the bottom. Racking Ray is a medium range touch attack. We're basically looking at these for like later on in the game. Yeah, I don't think any of these are touch attacks after this, actually. Beast shape, you become a large bear. That's not really what we want to do. Change the subject into a dog. Give yourself a buff. Okay. Back down here. Waves of Fatigue. So it's a spell resistance affected one, but it just fatigues people in the area. That sounds useful. Yeah. I mean, we already have it, but it's only on Ember. Yeah, let's take Waves of Fatigue, just as one to have. And then... Icy Prison is one that actually works out more times than it doesn't. Fire Snake could be okay. Elemental Body. I don't really want to turn into an elemental. Dismissal could be okay. Break Enchantment's alright, but it's available to a ton of people already, so we don't really need it. What's Thought Sense? You may locate, detect and locate conscious creatures within 60 feet. Again, that one's interesting. Because he doesn't have, like, greater enduring spells or even enduring spells, this kind of thing kind of falls out for me a little bit here. We can make an allied creature into a leopard. Okay. probably not going to do that. And we can make our horse into a leopard. That's probably more intriguing than it is good. But it is intriguing. I just had the thought for like a build where you just like you get a lot of small creatures and then like, lots of terrible little creatures, and then you just start polymorphing them. You know, similar to how Regil has his dog that he can summon that's kind of terrible. You go, aha, now it's a leopard. And you just keep doing that. You just keep changing things into leopards. That could be interesting. Probably not a good strategy, but it could be interesting. The problem is, like, none of these are good. That's where we're at. I'm going to take Dismissal. It could be good in theory at some point. It could get rid of some summoned creature. Okay. Does he have to choose his spells? He does need to choose his spells. Okay, so we should probably pay attention to that. Also, I realized I should have done this first. I should have gone in here and gone, copy the spellbook. Copy the spellbook. Got anything else? No, he actually already knows. Oh, no, there we go. Another one. Copy the spellbook. Yeah, now he knows all of them. That's fine. Right. Mythic level up. What's he already got? Mythic. So he's got 2 weapon fighting, weapon finesse, unrelenting assault, and rupture restraints. Okay. I think Last Stand is a great choice for him. I think Thundering Blows is a great choice for him. He does a ton of attacks, so Thundering Blows is likely to trigger every turn. I'm going to give him Last Stand, though, because he's real squishy. Cool. Right. Down here, we have Lan. Lan is continuing his Slayer route, despite protests that it might not be the best. We can potentially think about, you know, respecking him at some point. So he's got study targets. Does that make it swift now? So it's now a swift action. That's much better, right? At 7th level, the character can study an opponent as a move or a swift action. But he's only 5th level. So why does that... Wait, was I looking at this one? I was. Okay. So right now it's just kind of terrible. That's okay. It's got bonuses. I suppose he can do it as a move action, but that does still lower the number of attacks he can do. Yeah. But if we deal sneak attack damage, we get the study target on anyway, so why am I worrying about it? Good point. Right. Perception, athletics, mobility. Feet. It doesn't know what to do here for feet. Crane style, -2 penalty on attack rolls. You only take a -2 penalty on attack rolls for fighting defensively. While using this ability and fighting defensively, you gain an additional +1 dodge bonus to your armor class. No. Anything else? Not. He doesn't really have much that I want him to do. Toughness is good. Makes him just tougher. And he does have high AC. Yeah, that could work. That could definitely work. We can give him skill focus for like athletics or something, which could also be fine for him. We're not worried about anything that says unarmed strikes. Critical focus he already has, right? Yeah, he already has improved critical... Wait, that's improved critical, not critical focus. What's critical focus? +4 bonus on attack rolls made to confirm critical hits. Sure. That seems good. Yeah. Seems like something he should be doing. Mythic. So for him, cleaving shot, which is the AoE damage, ranging shot, so every time he misses, he gets stacked aim. Okay. Point blank and deadly aim. Okay, so what else do we want to give him? Abundant key. You gain 5 key points. Okay. Defensive study gives you bonus to AC against your study target. Probably not necessarily that good for him. It's not the worst. Not being affected by luck is okay. There are some other ones for ranged weapons, right? Yeah, the bigger they are. If we're fighting something which is big, we get bonuses, which would be a lot of things. at this point. We can leave a mark for allies to attack. I still don't think that's very good. During spells, he doesn't really have many. I think always a chance is good. I think that bigger they are is okay. Let's take the bigger they are. Then if we fight something that's like big, we can say, hey, we're going to take Lan because he's good at killing big things. Right, Camellia. Level up time. Yes, it's another point in Shaman. Shocker. One for each of those. Next, feat. So what's she already have? Piranha Strike, Blind Fight, Improved Critical. So we could make it so that she's more likely to crit with Critical Focus. Combat Reflexes, doing additional attacks of opportunity would be nice as well. Anything else good for her? Nothing else is that insane for her. She doesn't really attack enemies with her spells, so that's not going to really work. Yeah, probably don't need that one. Yeah, I think it's between combat reflexes and critical focus. I'm gonna go for... Let's go for combat reflexes. Right, complete. Okay, Camellia. What have you got next? Ah, mythic level up. So, she has greater enduring spells, Piranha Strike, Elemental Barrage, which is, of course, how she does most of her damage. What is next for Camellia? Abundant Casting could be okay, but she's not really... We're not really using her as a caster, which is very odd for somebody who's in a pure casting class, basically. What else could we do here? Does she have Meta Magic? She has Quicken. So the spell level cost for its use decreases by 1. So that make Quicken a 3. That could be useful, I suppose. Yeah. We should really go through and give her all of the meta magic spells as well that we need her to have. Anything else that we think is good here? A Second Spirit could be okay. Thundering Blows is probably fine, right? She probably misses quite a lot. Let's just give her Thundering Blows. Sure. Sounds good to me. We could also have given her Last Stand. This'll do. This'll do. Okay, and everybody is now set up. Now we need to go through their spells, which is, of course, a whole thing in of itself. So, this is a round per level buff. It grants resistance to spells cast by evil creatures and cause evil creatures to become blinded when they strike their subjects. Each warded creature gains a +4 deflection bonus to AC and a +4 resistance bonus on saves. Second, each warded creature gains spell resistance 25 against evil spells and spells cast by creatures. Third, the abjuration protects from attacks to dominate or charm the subject. Finally, if they succeed, then they're blinded, but a fortitude save would negate it. Okay, against Holy Aura's save DC, which is 23. That's a lot of stuff. Sounds good. What's the other one? One enemy creature, it's a will partial save to half their speed or nauseate them. Yeah. Oh, let's go for Holy Aura. And then Angelic Aspect Greater, I would assume. Yeah, that looks like the right one, because it's a buff. We're all about giving him buffs. This level, we'll give him another Jolting Portent. The reason we were giving him this over any of the other ones is because none of them were buffs. I remember that one. This one, we can now actually give him another one of these. Let's give him... So he already has 3 of them. Eagle Splendor, Charisma, or Con. Yeah, let's give him... let's give him Con instead, actually. 5th level. Do we have a buff? Oh, we can get rid of this, because he's not going to use it. If we don't have a buff, then... Yeah, then it's probably... I mean, we give spell resistance, but we never end up using it. Oh, you just give him Cleanse a bunch of times? Yeah. Let's just give him Cleanse a bunch of times. That seems good. bunch of healing stuff. 4th level, we give him another death ward. Not paranoid. All of that is fine. Cool. So he's set up. Just checking. Can't cast, can't cast. Yours are spontaneous, so that's fine. Yours are not spontaneous. Let's go for another snowball here. Well, we could do Shocking Grasp, but the melee touch attacks only really come into play, if I remember right, when we finish Eldritch Knight. Yeah, because whenever he gets a critical hit, he can then do a swift action as if quickened. Yeah, so that's probably when we want him to have the switch over to touch ones, because then he can go like stab, 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 hit you with lightning, hit you with lightning. That's kind of the plan. But right now, that's not really how we're using him, so that's fine. Any other slots? We've got a slot here. Oh, take Dimension Door in pairs. I can be taught. Although given that Dimension Door is apparently important, let's do this. Actually, if Dimension Door is important, then probably, actually, for him, we want him and Nenio to, like, one of them has to be in the party at all times, because they're the two who know that. That's where I was trying to go with my mind. Give you this one. What's echolocation? Probably don't need that. Don't need that. Probably don't need that. Let's just do 2 Cone of Colds. Yeah, sure. Can't cast spells. Your spells? This level, what we taking? What's this? Protection from energy. We could take another one of those. Sure. Yep, that's fine. Here, we have 1 Raised Dead. We have Bull's Strength. We could take like Owl's Wisdom or something. I think this means that Camellia and Soasil should be on different squads when we end up taking them. Ice Body was fine. That was a buff for you, right? Yep. Just personal buff. Then you've got Firestorm. Legendary Proportions. That's a big buff. However, it does use dinosaur bones, and I don't really know a source of those right now. We could give you 2 Ice Bodies, which might seem stupid, but it does mean if one falls off, we can do it again. Use standard action to invoke a dazzling beam of intense light. Each creature in the beam is blinded permanently. And takes 4d6 points of damage. A successful reflex save negates the blindness and reduces the damage by half. Undead creatures take a ton. Okay, let's take Sunbeam. Sure. And then we're out of levels. You should be set up because you're a party member. Party member. Yeah, cool. You should be fine. Right. That was a lot of leveling up. What are we going to do now? Let's go and speak to people. Yeah, sure. Or we could leave... No, let's speak to people. Right, Wendwog. Oh. Wait, does nobody have anything to say? Nobody cares. We're in another land and everyone's like, nah, don't care. Oh, hey Nenio. It's time for the experiment. I hope these words inspire as much enthusiasm in you as they do in me. What's this experiment about? You see, I've decided, though dared would be a better term, to address an issue which, up to now, I've preferred to avoid due to my total ignorance in this sphere. Nenio lowers her head in embarrassment. I realize it's hard to believe that I, a person of, let's skip the false modesty, superior intellect, could not know something so simple, but it's never too late to fill in gaps in one's knowledge, right? I'm talking about friendship. To be honest, at first I planned to assign the writing of this article for the encyclopedia to a co-author of some kind, but then I met you, my loyal follower, and I suddenly thought I could write it myself. Nenio seems to have reached the limit of her courage, and she looks away. Hold on, so you're trying to say that you consider me your friend? You misunderstand me. I don't need friends. I have no desire to spend my time on them when I could spend it on new experiments and discoveries. Nenio explains this to you as though she is speaking to a 5-year-old. I just want to learn what it is like to have friends, for the encyclopedia. Nothing more. I realize that you would like to consider me your friend. Who wouldn't? I'm a scientific luminary, after all, so I do apologize for disappointing you. So you've never had any friends? I see no sense in them. Alright. Well, if it needs to be done, we'll do it. Let's get started. I'm glad you've agreed. Many would have considered my request too personal and refused. It's good that you're above such squeamish sentiment. Here, I've made a list. I based it on my observations of individuals around me, and on my personal knowledge of the topic, which, I have to admit, is far from comprehensive. She hands you a crumpled piece of paper. Study it well. Study it well. We'll start as soon as you're ready. Okay. Friends. Smile at each other. Gossip about other friends. Drink alcohol together. No longer required. Sometimes argue. Sometimes copulate. Nenio? Or copulate? Is this, the romance subplot for you? Point number 1, friends smile at each other. You raise your eyebrows to Nenio, who has already fixed a malevolent grin on her face, the kind that would make you soil yourself if you saw it in the dark of night. Respond with a brief smile. Keeping the unnatural grin on her face, Nenio hisses through her clenched teeth. You call that a smile? Come on, try again. Wide smile. Your eyes bore in Nenio's. She stares right back as you both grin as widely as possible. A minute passes in tense silence. Ah! She massages her cheeks with her hands. I never imagined being a friend was such an exhausting business. So what's next on the list? Point number 2. Friends gossip about their other friends. Oh, I've made some preparation for that. She produces several pieces of paper from her sleeve. Come on, let's get to it. Who are we going to gossip about? Who should we gossip about? Ember. She's evil. Excellent choice. So what do you think of her? I hate her. Oh, how interesting. Incidentally, yesterday I saw her. Nenio picks up a random piece of paper and reads it. Answering the call of nature around the corner. Right, thanks for the info. Truth be told, this whole experiment seems like sheer stupidity to me, but how can we learn that stupidity is stupid without doing stupid things? We need to finish what we started. She gives you a satisfied nod and stows her papers back in her sleeve. Alright, stage 2 is now complete. What's next on the list? Point number 3. Friends drink alcohol together. Then it says no longer required. Alright, I should cross out this point. I wrote this, then I checked the encyclopedia and recalled that I've already conducted that experiment. And judging by the same encyclopedia, and especially by an odd stain on that particular page, I would say it would be unwise, to say the least, to try and repeat it. Point number 4. Friends sometimes argue. A new heap of papers appears in Nenio's hands. You are uninterested and disinterested in this experiment, and you can't even tell the difference between those two words. You can kiss my ass. Not too creative, but it will do. Now we can definitely be considered friends. And on that note, I conclude the 4th part of the experiment. What's last on the list? Point number 5. Friends sometimes copulate. Oh yes, that. Nenio sighs. Take off your underwear. Bravely pull down your underwear. Oh, Oh, well. She produces a piece of paper from her sleeve and starts frantically covering it with drawings. What are you doing? Before copulation, I must make a sketch of your genitals for the copulation article in this encyclopedia. The provided drawing will interest many students and scientists who know only of copulation through second-hand accounts. Please stand still. Alright. Nenio was so engrossed with her task, she accidentally bites her tongue. It appears your copulation won't be happening today. Keep standing there with your underwear down. Keep waiting and hoping. Though it's obvious that there will be no copulation today. Nenio was so absorbed in her work that the world around her, including you, seems to have ceased to exist for her. Hello. What? Oh, it's you. Hey, check out this mask I found. There's writing on the inside. Nenio snatches the mask from your hands and examines it from every angle. Looks like an average mask. It smells like mold. It tastes like yuck, disgusting. The eye holes are... She puts the mask on, looks at it through you. Looks at you through it. Utterly unremarkable. And yet I sense some hidden magic in this mask. I bet my encyclopedia that this must be an answer to one of the riddles of those statues in the Nameless Ruins. The writing on the inside looks very much like one of the answers. With a sigh, she hands the mask back to you. All we have to do now is find 4 such masks and bring them to the statues. You won't forget to take me with you when you head to solve the statue's riddles, will you? Better write it down somewhere. Nenio is extremely interested in visiting the Nameless Ruins after you found all 4 masks. Okay. Our friendship experiment is taking an unexpected turn. Nenio thinks for a while. Oh yes, copulation. Rest assured, my sketch I made was most detailed, and more than one generation of students will study it. Unfortunately, I don't remember your name, or else I would definitely credit you as the model. Alas, she shrugs. As for the original topic of the research, which was friendship. This thoroughly awkward experiment is finally concluded. I have learned what it means to be a friend, and now I can write an article about it for the encyclopedia. Nenio rubs her nose with a pencil. I'm happy that it's over, and once again convinced that friendship is the most foolish of all occupations. Well. You did it all wrong. Friendship is more than just smiling, gossiping, bickering, and sex. Is it? We've concluded all the assigned actions typical for two friends. Of course, I could have compiled an extended list, which would have included joint food ingestion and senseless banter with the aim of showing each other in the least attractive light. But how would that change the situation? Do you know what I will write in the encyclopedia? Friendship is a set of primitive rituals intended to help individuals forget about their loneliness. However, I have no interest in that. I see my loneliness as a sign of my uniqueness. The one who leads the way is always alone. Now I have time to answer your questions. Come on, ask away. Alright, I'll see you later. Whoa. Okay, well, I mean, at the very least she had new dialogue. That's cool. Hello. Really? Nothing? There we go. There we go. Areelu seems confused. Something is wrong. I feel like I've lost something, or not. It was Desna who lost me when we descended into the abyss. She had been my invisible protector through all those years, and now I no longer feel the divine helping hand on my shoulder. Okay, Desna has abandoned you? No, I desperately hope that's not the case. The goddess still wishes me well, I'm sure. It's just that the abyss is so far from Elysium that she either can't see me or can't reach me here. She protected me while I was on Golarion, but now I can only rely on myself. And you. Can you still enter your dream realm? Maybe. I think so. Areelu pauses, listening to something deep inside her, and then smiles shyly. Yes, my dreams are still there. Nobody will take them away from me. What's this gift you mentioned? You saw it yourself many times. Whenever something threatened my life, the goddess sent her divine butterflies to carry me away. Her powers no longer protect me now that I'm back in the abyss. Oh, thank you, game. Thank you. I really didn't want them to protect her because it's really, like, just annoying to have to, like, reload the game because otherwise your character will be stuck back at the base while you're in the dungeon. Great. Well, you have nothing to fear with me at your side. I know, thank you. I'm sorry that your dream turned into a nightmare. Don't be sorry for me. It's all part of my journey, and it would be very naive to imagine my path to redemption as a sequence of pleasant dreams only. I've already described my countless evil deeds to you. Mortals suffer from nightmares born of their past, and I'm glad I had the chance to experience them as well. The shadow from your dream, who was it? Please, don't ask. I don't want to be reminded of it. I knew him in the past, and I was hoping that he would never reappear in my life. We both caused each other a lot of pain. Please, don't make me relive it all again. Why did the shadow in your dream call you their venomous butterfly? Areelu doesn't look you in the eye. I poisoned him, my lies, my capriciousness, my temptation. No, I can't. Let's talk about something else. I'm sorry, I don't want to remember who I was, or who I used to be, and what I used to do to others. Alright. See ya. Right. Lan had nothing to say. Nobody over there. We missing some people? We are. Okay, which must mean that they are inside the cave. Right? That makes sense. Yes. Yes, it does. Hello. Hey, Chief, wanna talk? Nope. See ya. That's fine. Very chatty bunch here. Hello. Okay, see ya. Oh, my chest. Fantastic. Goodbye. 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 You're getting sold. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yep. You're getting sold. Cool. That's fine. Right, Soasil. Soasil is drawing something. When he notices you, he hurriedly folds over the paper. Don't tell me you've managed to find some beauty in the abyss. No. Cringing a little, Soasil shows you a few sheets of crossed out sketches, but you can still recognize the vistas of Elutionera in them. I tried, but I can't. Not here. May the goddess forgive me, but it's beyond my powers. Struggling for inspiration? My drawing. It's just not flowing the way it normally does. This place. Doesn't it inspire creativity? I need to talk to you. Of course, how can I help? See ya. Hello. Yeah, I forgot we're her friend. Her special friend. Yes, I forgot how special we were to her. Her friend. Hello. I will learn the weight of my sword. I will have faith in the inheritor. I am first into battle and the last to leave it. With her eyes half closed, Sela whispers the words of the oath of Iomede's paladins. Trailing off, she opens her eyes and sighs. How did we end up here? I would never have imagined I'd find myself in the abyss. How are you holding up? I'm hanging in there. I don't feel good in this place. The air stinks like something died, and I'm having trouble sleeping. I keep waking up at night. I think I hear someone being tortured nearby, please, and cries echoing toward me. So I wake up and listen, but there's nothing. I keep thinking about everything, praying every day that the souls Sunhammer abducted from the Crusaders weren't brought here. The abyss will kill them, or infect with its madness, even without the demon's help. I see this ocean of evil and injustice before me, and it's tearing me apart. So many innocents are held captive here, and torrents of ruinous darkness flow from this wretched place to the other planes. My mind is tested to the limit every day I spend in the abyss. Iomade helped me hold on to that. Okay. Well, we've overcome everything we faced so far. We'll get through this as well. That's right. Thank you, Naminde. I've always had faith in us, and I'll keep having faith, but sometimes a girl needs a few words of encouragement. That would be the perfect time to say, yeah, you need a new commander. Yeah, you've messed up once, you're out. Probably not the best thing to do, I would imagine, but hey, there you have it. Right, now we only have one person left to speak to, and he's hiding all the way over here. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to end the episode here. We're going to speak to Darren next time. We're going to speak to the Hand of the Inheritor next time. And we're going to go back to the pub next time. And yeah, we'll see how things go from there. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.